What is up, guys? Telcoin and ZEBEC, a possible partnership. Big news also for tomorrow. Let's get into it. Cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer? Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting, so we binge on that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing.
What's up, guys? So we're gonna hit you with some of the news first, but in case you don't know, this channel has been around for a bit, like 5 or so years now. And shout out to Benzinga. I had a show on Benzinga. They're a Detroit company that talks stock, right? But we've been talking Telcoin on here for quite a long time. Shout out to Underdog Research Channel. He was talking Telcoin as well. So I'm very familiar with the coin Telcoin. And shout out to our brother here, Rob, Big Rob, Crypto Future. I know he did a show on this, and this whole show is based off of something that our brother Ghost said. Shout out to Ghost. Met him at XRP Las Vegas. Wonderful guy. Everybody there were wonderful people. But let's see what we got in the house here. All right, no comments as of right now, but we will continue here. And let's go. It's weird that I can't see the comments. Usually there are comments by now. That's kind of weird. But let me go ahead and go and share the screen here. And here we are. But let's start here first with the news actually here. So White House confirmed Kevin Walsh. Okay, so Kevin Walsh has been confirmed as the chairman of the board of governors of the Federal Reserve System. Now it's going to be quite interesting to see how this is going to work, how this is going to be laid out here. Kevin Walsh having, not Jerome Powell. I think Jerome Powell is sticking around on like a board or something like that. But it's going to be interesting how he chooses to combat inflation. I think from here, assets only go up because that's the way Donald Trump wants it. And he's got in his guy who, he wants to have in. So, hey, it's going to be full systems go. So quite interesting there. He's confirmed Kevin Walsh. We heard about this a couple, like 3 months ago, but, it's finally official now. And here, I'm going to go onto my page and view this because I think it's weird not getting comments. I don't know if it's broken or not, or people just not commenting, but let me. Okay, so we'll continue from here. So let's see. Now, next crazy post from MoonPay here, Caroline D. Fam. She says tomorrow, and she literally has the Game of Thrones scene in which Ned Stark gets his head clean chopped off, right? They don't show it, but tomorrow, this kind of reminds me of the riddles, like the Riddlers type of thing, right? This is almost like, the king getting his head chopped off, right? I don't know if that was a riddle. I think I've seen that in one of the riddles, maybe. But dang, Carolyn D. Fam. Dang. King gets his head chopped off tomorrow, and she's referring to the Clarity Act. All systems are supposed to be go for it to pass the Senate tomorrow. But again, it has to move through a lot of paces. Hopefully, I think what someone posted is July is the official date. It should be done at Trump's desk. He signed it off and it's good. But from here, we hear tomorrow passes the Senate, right? And that thing should be a done deal by July. Okay. We've heard it all before. This is kind of classic. They keep going over it and going over and over and over and over and over it. And we finally get it, right? So we shall see what happens here in July. And then we have a bit of ZEBEC news here in that they gave us a monthly report. Let's blow this up. So for whatever reason, guys, I can't see your comments. Okay, there we go. Brother Rue, what's up? Good. What the F? Detroit blowing it? Oh, it's Detroit blowing it? Oh, I hope they're not blowing it. Oh man, but nice to know. I think the comments are finally coming in, right? Correct. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So let me go ahead and shut this down. Okay, so yeah, so interesting here with this report. 66.6 million total card volume, 97 countries. Cards issued 22K, 500K. See, yeah, we'll use the zoomed in one. 500K plus in transactions, 40 plus K global white label partners, 100 plus tokens supported, 21 chains, 3 cards offered, 13.3K employees served, 245 enterprise clients, 245, that's crazy. Payroll volume, 25 million biweekly, 50 million monthly. Keeps growing and growing and growing, right? So nice report there from ZEBEC. Things are still growing, and when Clarity's passed, it'll grow even more. Okay, let me see what that is. That's definitely not a smoke alarm for those who think it's a smoke alarm. Let me see what's beeping. ZEBEC is beeping. Okay, it's hitting the lower bound of this target here. Still broke out. Still pretty bullish. So that was what was beeping here. Nice little pullback. But depending on the news we get tomorrow, we might have a little bit of, you know, just heading in the opposite direction. We shall see. We shall see. And some news here from Arthur Hayes, in which Arthur Hayes says goes max risk on hype. Zcash and Near. We've been talking about Near since we've been talking about it. It's been up like 33%. It went from all the way from like 117 to at one point it was like 160 something. I think it's chilled out at 155 or so right now. Crypto Hayes, the BitMEX co-founder running Maelstrom and Bitcoin's return to its October high is a foregone conclusion and is taking his fund to the maximum risk exposure. His top altcoin picks are Hype, Zcash, and Near. Zcash call lands the same week Grayscale filed the world's biggest spot privacy coin ETF, and 21 Shares debuted the first hyperliquid ETF on NASDAQ under the ticker T-Hype. Okay. So very, very interesting there. Shout out to Arthur Hayes on that one. Okay, now we can get into the Telcoin coverage. We got something here from Ryan Solomon. He's a definite G in the space, if you will, right? Generation Infinity is his company, Genfinity, and he's interviewing a member of Telcoin here, Parker Spann, and it's a good little interview. I think I'll let it play the whole way through, and then we'll go through and make some comments. So it's 5 minutes, 22 seconds. Let's listen up here. And here it goes.
What is up, everybody? Solomon here. Well, I know the Telcoin community is going to be super excited today. We have Parker, EVP within the Telcoin ecosystem. Parker, I would love if you could maybe give us an intro of yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do within Telcoin.
So Telcoin is two things. One, we're a private corporation that's focused on banking this disconnected crypto economy to unlock it for modern finance on the internet. And that's obviously moving at a really fast pace. Now that you look at like all of this agentic commerce, it's just going crazy. And then the other side, we have this blockchain network standard for telecoms where they're the exclusive validator set. So we can harness their reach in order to create what we call this Internet of Money, where 7 billion mobile devices are connected to each other, exchanging value on the same unified ledger instead of thousands of disconnected and fragmented systems.
So now, we're at an interesting inflection point with blockchain and distributed ledger in 2026. I've noticed that there's way more suits in the building at Consensus than there's ever been in the past, and certainly looking dapper for us today, Parker. But talk about where you guys see where we're at right now, because you guys are some of the OGs in this space.
Sure.
Where's the opportunity at lie in 2026?
Yeah, so it's we've been in this game for a long time, since 2017, and focused on the same things. I'd say that the goalposts are changing now that we're seeing agentic commerce really come in. And what I mean by that is, blockchains enable money to be 1,000x more useful. And so us blockchain users use it 1,000x more. That's why you see 40 trillion in stablecoin volume last year and more, quarterly volume and through stablecoins than the entire ACH system in the US. People rely on that every single day, right? What happens when you have, a million agents, billions of agents all exchanging with this useful money? I mean, it's like hundreds of trillions or quadrillions. And so I'd say that's the one area things are changing, but they're staying the same, is we're still seeing this gradual replatforming the existing financial system on the blockchain rails. And that is like a massive, the largest freight train heading toward us in the history of the world, while simultaneously the biggest bifurcation in market and, fundamentals we've ever seen. What happens when every institution in the world is using this as their primary way to interact with money markets and ultimately everything? And the answer is massive, true scale, like no one can imagine. Compound that with all this agentic commerce, and it really becomes impossible to forecast how big it is, but all we know is that it's just getting bigger.
Well, I know you guys have made lots of strides over the past year, and we've covered some of them out of Genfinity and some on my account as well. We did an interview like a handful of months ago, but I would love for the audience here today, talk about some of the milestones that Telcoin has had in the past year and where you guys are at right now.
So in November, we received the first digital asset banking charter in the U.S. To be a digital asset depository institution in Nebraska. Governor Pillen basically granted us that charter after 4 years of building the bank itself and a year of developing the legislation to enable that business model. And so now we're in this really unique position where we are one of 2 depository institutions in the U.S. that's able to actually service this industry. And we became in December the first bank issuer of stablecoins. And so now that you have clarity abound, it's a very interesting situation wherein if you're a non-bank, you can't pay out yield. Telcoin being a bank, a depository institution, we can do that, and we can enable people to go in and out of their existing bank account into a bank-issued stablecoin, and ultimately enable this stuff to work better than anything in existence without the cost, 5% to get in, 2 to 5 days. That's no way to solve modern finance. And so we think we're in an awesome position and really excited about that.
So talk about what excites you for the future of Telcoin, the future of this industry, and kind of walk us out here. Where do you see the opportunity moving in the short term? I know crypto, blockchain, DLT changes on a month-to-month basis. So Where is the near-term excitement for Parker lie in the telco ecosystem?
So Telcoin, digital asset bank, we issued the stablecoin back in December, and now we're going live with our V5 product that basically integrates the entire banking experience into our existing mobile app. So a production grade bank that's capable of servicing this V5 use case, as well as partner wallet integrations, exchanges, fintechs, bringing the entire banking experience under the hood for them and their users. And then bringing a Telcoin network to market H1 this year. We've already got over 24 mobile network operators that are signed up to validate this network. And when you look at the numbers in this space, right, you have, let's say, 850,000 daily active users on Ethereum. I'm one of them. I love the technology. I will use it forever. But true scale is millions, hundreds of millions, billions of users, and each of these telecoms brings with them at least 10 to 20 to, in some cases, 300 million users. And so bringing that to market and sort of unifying all these mobile operators around the same blockchain so we can bring this stuff to the world, and then banking that, sort of plugging in the electricity of the banking system and money into this light bulb of blockchain is where I see the end of the year.
Well, I know I mentioned to you guys we'll have to bring you on for a full length, long-term, proper interview like we did, a handful of months ago. And Parker, looking forward to seeing all the innovation
Thank you.
continue out of Telcoin.
Great
And
to see you.
shout out to the Telcoin community.
Okay, a lot of juicy stuff from that. A lot of things in which I would love to highlight about a possible relationship with Telcoin and also with ZEBEC there. So one of the things that was really catching to me was him talking about agentic AI. And this is one of the things that I've been harping on a lot here on my channel. And one of the things that I've also told you guys about is like, this is why we can't even fathom how the market caps are going to really work, because these agentic AI are essentially going to be like creating 1 billion more people on the earth, in this realm. And they're all going to be doing things, but now their sole purpose is to buy and sell, and they can do micropayments. So for them, a payment of a cent could possibly be profitable. And I've seen it on Near, where a cent purchase was actually profitable. So, but imagine them moving 24 hours a day. Every transaction they do is near instant, right? So let's get to where he said that.
When you have, a million agents, billions of agents all exchanging with this useful money, I mean, it's like hundreds of trillions or quadrillions. And so I'd say that's the one area things are changing. Where they're staying the same is we're still seeing this gradual replatforming the existing financial system on the blockchain rails. And
so right there, like he gave some absurd number, like, but I could see that, like hundreds of quadrillions or something like that, he said, right? So imagine all of these agents constantly at work. And in the sense, I think we've had agents already, we've had bots already doing things, like a lot of the views in these different social media platforms. Some of them for some people are bots, right? But now imagine those bots now applied towards commerce and them actually being legal agents with the right to buy and sell and be like almost a legal entity, a business entity. Crazy to think about there. Another thing he mentioned, of course, is that Telcoin's been in the game since 2017. They are one of the OGs of remittance. We're going to get into that, but they have their own super app, right? And if they can connect their super app with ZEBEC's or get some white label stuff going with ZEBEC as far as payroll goes, because he said there, it seems like they want to put their whole banking operation on their app, right? That's not fully done yet for them, but that's what they want to do. So now imagining them like white labeling ZEBEC doing the payroll part on their app, like ZEBEC did for Dash, like ZEBEC is doing for World Liberty Financial, like that. Oh man, it could be a very, very lucrative partnership. So let's listen to him say that towards the end here about their super app.
existing mobile app. So a production grade bank that's capable of servicing this V5 use case this December. And now we're going live with our V5 product that basically integrates the entire banking experience into our existing mobile app. So a production grade bank that's capable of servicing this V5 use case, as well as partner wallet integrations, exchanges, fintechs, bringing the entire banking experience under the hood for them and their users. And then bringing a Telcoin network to market H1 this year. We've already got over 24 mobile network operators that are signed up to validate this network. And when you look at the numbers in this space, right, you have, let's say, 850,000 daily active users on Ethereum. I'm one of them. I love the technology.
So it said it there, like that partners and all these other different partners that are going to be integrating into the app. Could ZEBEC be one of those partners? Would it be advantageous, beneficial? Would it behoove ZEBEC to be one of those partners? You betcha it would. So it'd be very interesting to see here with ZEBEC being a partner there if that happens, right? He also mentioned here that they have their own stable coin. Okay, let me see if I can play where that was. I'll try. I think it was somewhere around here.
World is using this as their primary way to interact with money markets and ultimately everything. And the answer is massive, true scale, like no one can imagine. Compound that with all this agentic commerce, and it really becomes impossible to forecast how big it is. But all we know is that it's just getting bigger.
Well, I know you guys have made lots of strides over the past year, and we've covered some of them out of Genfinity and some on my account as well. We did an interview like a handful of months ago, but I would love for the audience here today talk about some of the milestones that Telcoin has had in the past year and where you guys are at right now.
So in November, we received the first digital asset banking charter in the US.
The banking charter. So they've been their own bank for quite a while, but they just got the official about being a banking charter here from the government of Nebraska. So, but we'll go over that as well here. I retweeted it. I have to grab it, but they are officially a bank. Let me figure out what's beeping there before we continue. Data. Let me just put that down so it doesn't bother us. Okay, let them continue.
The digital asset depository institution in Nebraska. Governor Pillen basically granted us that charter after 4 years of building the bank itself and a year of developing the legislation to enable that business model. And so now we're in this really unique position where we are one of 2 depository institutions in the US that's able to actually service this industry. And we became in December the first bank issuer of stablecoins. And so now that you have clarity about, it's a very interesting situation wherein if you're a non-bank, you can't pay out yield. Telcoin being a bank, a depository institution, we can do that, and we can enable people to go in and out of their existing bank account into a bank-issued stablecoin, and ultimately enable this stuff to work, better than anything in existence without the cost. 5% to get in, 2 to 5 days. That's no way to solve modern finance, and so we think we're in an awesome position and really excited.
So he said a lot there. So one, that since they're a bank, they can actually offer yield, whereas that might be like a catch-22 for other people when it's concerning clarity. And then he said one of 2 that are depository bank. I wonder if Metallicus or Ripple are the others. Might be one of the others. It's between one of those 2, either Metallicus or Ripple, but very interesting there. So as a bank, they can offer yield where other people cannot. So that's not a problem for them to offer yield. So very, very cool there. So they're in a very unique position there. And then they have one of the first kind of bank issued stable coins with their EUSD. So it would be great for ZEBEC to link up with them, have EUSD and all the customers that Telcoin services, all their remittance customers, all of their customers worldwide, because they're heavy in like Latin America. They're heavy in like some of the Asian countries, and they've been doing this for years now. Like he said, 2017. So this could be very, very beneficial for ZEBEC if they can get this going for that platform. So let's take a look at some of the news that he was just saying there. Shout out, I see our brother Shook Focus Digital in the chat. We'll definitely share Shook's information here. Appreciate you for coming through, brother. Oh man, Detroit lost out here. Ooh, that's crazy. I wonder how many people lost money on that game because they were up by like 8 at halftime. That's crazy. So, well, we'll see. Maybe they win the last two here, but we'll see what happens. Let's get into here. So they were saying that he was saying there that Governor Pillinan signs the first in-nation digital asset charter. He did that for Telcoin. So they are a digital asset bank. And with this charter, they say with the first in-nation approach, Nebraska is leading a new era of digital payments by issuing a charter to digital asset bank that can mint stable coins. Okay. So they can mint stable coins, and also, you know, they can give yield. Okay. So they are in a very unique position. So if we look at the price of Telcoin, it's pretty interesting here. We are getting them kind of at a discount right here. They are up near their 200 EMA, like a lot of crypto coins have recently done. Here, close to clarity, getting past the Senate. You know, maybe there's another leg down. You can get even lower, right? We shall see. But still here, like towards the beginning of the year, they did spruce up here past 1 cent for a while. If you go back even further here, in like 2021, they were as high as 6 cents. And this was before a lot of its tokens were distributed. And I think most of its tokens might be distributed now. We can double check that. But yeah, so Telcoin does seem like a bargain here, especially considering that they're a bank, and they're one of the few banks that can offer a true yield, right? Simon Babakani has told us that there might be ways around this yield problem for banks, as far as like offering rewards, as far as for crypto companies, I should say, excuse me. There may be ways around this yield problem by offering rewards. The Telcoin doesn't even have to worry about that. They can just straight offer yield. Okay. So very, very cool there. Let's get back in here. If you take a look at their website here, their Telcoin wallet, this is like their version of super app. They've had this kind of like super app for kind of a while now, right? They've rebranded and they've made it more user friendly. They've changed up the UI so it looks more like an iPhone-ish type of UI. But like I said, they've been in the remittance game for quite a while, and you couldn't use their super app in the US for a while. But now you can. Now you can. You can go in there, you can stake, right? So maybe not their full supply is out yet. We can go double check that on cryptorank.io. They're usually pretty on point with their estimates of how much supply is left. Yeah, so there's about 5 billion that is not circulating. Maybe that's for the stakers, but they're basically 95% circulated, right? So that's good to see. Not too much dumping can occur from here, right? And I think the rest of this 5 is probably for stakers, right? So that's good to see. That's really good to see. But let's go back here. You can see here all the stable coins they offer. So the Australian dollar, the African franc, Hong Kong dollar, Mexican peso, Singapore dollar, South African rand, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, pound sterling, Canadian dollar. So very big ones there. They have their SOC 2 here. So they're regulated in that way. And then they have their own stable coin, which is the EUSD. I think I passed it up here. We'll go to the other screen. Here we go. Telcoin Digital Asset Bank is the first true bridge between traditional finance and cryptocurrencies, with the first bank charter explicitly authorized to connect consumers with decentralized finance. Its charter was granted November 2025 by the Nebraska Department of Banking and Finance, the world's first regulated bank-issued digital dollar. That's the EUSD. You can see here it has the whole polygon shape here, the six-sided type of deal, okay, which fits very, very nicely inside of a six-pointed star, but I digress. EUSD is one of the first regulated bank-issued US dollar stablecoin connected to the backbone of traditional finance. EUSD will seamlessly integrate with existing global banking and payments infrastructure and provide a regulated alternative for existing stablecoins, right? So really, this gives Telcoin the ability to communicate with anyone on the new system, pretty much, right? Because if this is a stable coin, it probably has the regulation of the central bank. So Telcoin can issue those stable coins. So we can probably pretty much say that Telcoin is probably ISO 20022 capable, or otherwise they wouldn't have their own stable coin, right? So you can see here too that they're close to doing an euro, which will have MiCA regulations, right? So even more of a reason for ZEBEC to want to partner with these guys, because they'll have their own stablecoin US and their own stablecoin euro, which is MiCA compliant. Okay. So again, a lot of reasons why here: cross-border payments, direct merchant payments, blockchain-based banking. They were talking about agentic AI payments. So obviously they're going to get ready for that. Here again on the EUSD digital cash, stablecoin is issued by Telcoin Digital Asset Bank connected to the backbone of traditional finance. EUSD is regulated, trusted, and usable alternative to existing stablecoins. Okay, so very, very cool there. Direct payments and settlement, programmable by design, universal and inclusive access. Available on Base, Solana, and Polygon. This is really good to see, because if they are available on Base, they can reach everything from the US stock market to whatever, right? So really cool there. And you know, Base and Solana already have that bridge relationship, so that if you get the Base, you can get to Solana. And you know, Ethereum is Base, so we're there, right? So very, very cool to see there from Telcoin, right? Keep putting all your comments in the chat. We'll definitely get there. Shout out to my guy, Crypto Future. Shout out, brother. We'll definitely share your channel here coming up as well. Like I said, Future already did a show on this. I haven't seen my brother's show, so be nice for you guys to go by and check out his as well. But yeah, we'll get to all the comments in the end here for sure. And then we have here about Telcoin. I just wanted to show you guys their global presence that they have already, right? And again, they've been around since 2017. They're in India, Argentina, Senegal, UAE, Hong Kong, Malaysia, London, England, Los Angeles, California, Mexico City, Mexico, 2 Mexico's locations, Nairobi, Kenya, Norfolk, Nebraska, Singapore, Australia, Tokyo, Japan, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Okay. Lithuania, 2 Lithuanian locations. Okay. So they're pretty much in every major hub around the realm, around the world, right? So anywhere you kind of need to be, they got you. And like I said, these guys are OG remittance guys. They've been doing remittances for quite a while now. And they're showing you right here the average cost of sending $200 to mobile wallets via Telcoin is kicking everybody's butt, including MoneyGram, including Western Union, Remitly, and a Zoom. Okay, fee-wise, they're killing them. They're killing them. And you can say, they said, you know, you can go send to over 20 different countries and counting with the Telcoin wallet. El Salvador, Ethiopia, Fiji, Ghana, Indonesia, Kenya, Guinea, Guatemala, Madagascar, Malawani, Nepal. Okay. Shout out to ZEBEC founder, who's Nepali, Sam Nepalia. Shout out to Sam. Pakistan, Philippines, Rwanda, Samoa, Sri Lanka, Tonga, Uganda, Vietnam, Zambia. Like they're hitting a lot of places here, right? You know, that's cool. That's really awesome. Really awesome. A lot of, like, you know, a lot of people in the Philippines work remotely, work in other countries and send money back home, as I'm sure a lot of people in Pakistan and Nepal do as well. Yeah, they're hitting a fair amount of places here, right? And then just wanted to point out they're a member of GSMA, the Global System of Mobile Communications Association. This is a very prestigious association, and Telcoin is involved with them, right? Probably, of course, because of the mobile app. And it says here, this little blurb about them: Telcoin is the first telecom-focused cryptocurrency distributed in partnership with GSMA network operators to mobile subscribers globally. Our central mission is financial inclusion, empowering a broad spectrum of mobile users with expanded access to the global financial system of the future. With or without a bank account, Telcoin can be used by anyone: tech-savvy smartphone users, unbanked feature phone users, and a rapidly growing middle segment of the underbanked smartphone users alike. By combining the reach of mobile networks and the fast, borderless nature of blockchain technology, we provide an easy and secure gateway to cryptocurrency adoption on any mobile device. Telcoin PE is based in Singapore with a diverse operating team out of Tokyo, Japan. And since then, you know, they've done what they've done in Norfolk, Nebraska, and whatnot. Telcoin is literally one of the first people with kind of a super app, right? That's why they're kind of connected to this organization here. So shout out to Telcoin. I just wanted to show you also here, just going back through some of their old Twitter posts. These guys are literally the OGs of remittance. You can see back from like 2021, they have posts about remittances. Here saying El Salvador is the 5th largest remittance recipient in Latin America and the Caribbean, with more than 7.3 billion sent home throughout 2021, providing a vital boost to the economy. So they've been in El Salvador probably since December 11, 2021, which is crazy to think about, right? I'm sure some of these remittance payments probably go into their costs as a company, right? Let's see here. Mobile users from the US to Canada can now send remittances. So if I want to send something to my guy, Rob, I can hop on the Telcoin app and just send it up there to him in Canada, right? Yeah, you can see it here. The Caribbean. And here we go. Mexico is projected to receive a record amount of money transfers this year, estimated 52.7 billion. This is in 2021, accounting for 42% of total remittance market for Latin America and Caribbean. Telcoin send money smarter. You know, I'm down here in Arizona. I definitely know some Latinos that still have family in Mexico, right? This is, you know, this is a thing, and we got a lot of expats that live in Mexico now. Regardless of what you see and hear on the news, a lot of people have moved to Mexico because it's a, you know, it's a reduced cost there. Your US dollar goes way way farther in Mexico because the dollar outvalues the peso by like 4 or 5 or 6 times. So there are definitely people, you know, doing remittances in Mexico, and Telcoin was kind of one of the first companies to kind of jump on this in a way that involves cryptocurrency. Remittances in Indonesia grew by 10.6% last year. This is from 2024. So again, when I say they're OGs in the remittance game, they're literally OGs in the remittance game. Rwanda grew by 16.8. And again, we know Telcoin has like connections to Senator Mike Flood, the CEO of Telcoin, and Senator Mike Flood. I think he's a senator or congressman. I think he's a congressman. They went to college together. Okay. Okay. No, he's a rep. He's a rep. If we go back over here. So Mike Flood and Paul Nooner they were college roommates. So like literally, like Telcoins is connected. They're connected. Okay. So, you know, to be one of the first companies to be a blockchain bank in the US, right? It's a crazy talk, right? It's absolute crazy talk. But they literally were one of the first cryptocurrency companies to be a bank in the US, right? And, you know, they run so deep that, you know, Paul Nooner, CEO of Telcoin, and the congressman or representative, excuse me, from Nebraska, Mike Flood, were college roomies. So let's go back here. Global remittances on the rise. Okay, we could just keep going, because they have nothing but remittance flows. Sub-Saharan remittances saw a 6.2 jump. This was in 2021. So they're just so deep in the remittance game. So it'd be awesome for ZEBEC to get involved with them. Now, you could say like, okay, well, ZEBEC already does remittances, but I'm sure that Telcoin has their own set of house banks that they use, right? So now just adding ZEBEC to that and adding payroll to that on their app for Telcoin could only be mutually beneficial for both companies. Yeah, so would be very, very interesting to see. Like, we could keep going down a list here of different remittance people that they do, but let's go ahead and get into the comments here. What's good? Detroit is blowing it. Yeah. Well, seems like they might have to run 2 games. We'll see what happens here. Hey, good people. And you people. What's up, D Curry Curry? What's up, Mastiff Polar Bear? Please make a video about XPR and Proton Network. We make plenty of videos about XPR and Proton on the Coin Vault channel. Let me go ahead and bring that up. Me and my guy, Crypto Future, and my guy, Maximus Crypto, the triple threat. I have named us because yeah, we're a triple threat. You can't cut off any one of the heads, and the other 2 are coming right after you, right? So just like Hydra in here. So definitely come over here to the Coin Vault, where we just recently did a Metallica's video, and we've done a couple different Metallica's videos over there. But again, if you guys want to see more Metallica's videos, even look at Coin Vault, right? As far as the views go, some of the Metallica's videos, there's the smallest, the lowest viewed videos. So if you guys want to see more Metallicas from us, get on over here and check out these videos. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. But shout out to Max. Shout out to Crypto Future. Definitely get over there and like and subscribe to Coin Vault if you haven't already. Okay, so they lost. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. What's up, Rue, my brother? My man. You get my man here.
My man.
Appreciate you coming through. Why don't you put any content about Metallica? It's been a long time. So, yeah, we just showed you where the Metallica's content is. He has, yeah, he has been on the Coin Vault. Yes, indeed. Thank you, King Palm. Appreciate you, brother. Should have known that one of my subscribers would go ahead and let you guys know. Appreciate you, King Crown. Blackrue and Rob. I've lost all confidence in Telcoin. What's up, Courtney Johnson? Yeah, I could see where you can land at that, right? Again, like I told you guys, we've been talking Telcoin for a long time on this channel. And for people that have been patient, right, you definitely would have thought, like, if we go back to the price chart, Telcoin would be well beyond a cent right now, and just keeping that floor. And, you know, even though it's not beyond the cent like we want it, it is developing a foundation that is still trending. If we were to draw like a trend line, if I can get one here, we can draw a trend line. It is still trending up, right? Is it slower than we expected? Yes, but it's still on the uptrend. You know, it's just, it is what it is there. It is what it is. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Courtney Johnson. But again, can we just say that, oh, well, we know Telcoin, we know all the things that they have going on. It getting back up to a cent, which is like a 5x from here. Maybe that's enough, right? You know, maybe that's enough for you. But you got to believe in longer term, at some point, they get beyond that and more at some point, right? But if you were looking for something that was like, okay, under a cent that you can reliably, you know, not financial advice, this is just my opinion. If you're looking for something under a cent that you could say, okay, I can just keep putting money over there until it gets back to a cent, yeah, Telcoin would be a pretty good bet for that. How dare you come on while I'm watching The Punisher? that's Thank you for queuing up some Greta. We need some Greta over here.
How dare you?
Oh my God. One more time for the people in the back.
How dare you?
Shout out to you, Phantom Beat. Let's continue. I need to watch some Punisher too, but I'm so afraid that they're gonna Disney it up, right? Because when Punisher was on Netflix, that show was dark and good, right? Right? You know what I'm saying? Pause. But it was dark and lovely out here. ZBCN, XPR. What's up, Rue? Let's go, bro. Hey, Dave F. Gotta give you that. Gotta give you. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah. I see a big tray. I'm like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something.
Shout out Denzel there. I see a big tray. It's like I'm leaving with something. I'm leaving with something. What do you think about reserve rights? Reserve rights is another one of those sleepers. Again, it's like a Peter Thiel back project. This is another one of those sleepers where you can almost depend on it every little cycle to go past a cent, right? Let me see where it's sitting right now. Why not? Let's do it live. It's one of those ones where if you want it to be the one to say, okay, let me just store up some cash over there until it goes beyond a cent again. Well, this might be one to do it. And it looks like it's lagging behind the others at this point. Max supply, 62%. Would like a lot more of that supply going out. You know what I mean? I would have liked to see more of the supply being circulated. But again, you could just, I think they have staking on their app. So you could just come over here, store some money over there, staking it, right? It's lagging behind a lot of stuff. But yeah, in 2025, it did get back up to a cent. It did get back up to a cent. So you could just be over there storing money and get that almost, quote unquote, my financial advice, guaranteed 5x, right? When it decides to go over a cent again and put the money somewhere else that'll give you some passive income, right? Right. But seems really good to me for a 5x, a kind of proven 5x right over here with reserve rights. Shout out to you, Light Green Man. Check Lost Coin partnership with Visa and MasterCard. Circle will pay how many more 0.017? I'm sorry, I don't understand this. Check Lost Coin partnership with Visa, MasterCard. Circle will pay how many more? Okay, just if you can clarify that, like Green Man, with the first super chat of the day, really appreciate it. If you could just clarify that, I'll be sure to answer that for you. I'm just not sure of the question. Loading up on RSR for years. It's about to run. See, there we go. Phantom Beat. Okay. I might have to write that down. Put a little bit over there. Sorry, that's a good one. That's a good one. They also have their own app. I think it's legal in the US now. That's a really good pull there. Who said that? Crypto Magic. We'll start that. What's up, Shani Sean 06? Appreciate you, brother. Frequent watcher. They not a first mover in agentic. They're changing their model. They were for banks. They're a bank. Oh yeah. They're definitely not a first mover in agentic AI. If you want agentic AI, we've been talking about it. I would say Near would be the best play. But of course, in the Patreon, we have some more agentic AI plays. Shout out to the Patreon. I just dropped some agentic AI plays in there. couple of weeks ago, and they're doing very nicely. I might say they're doing very nicely. I also dropped some stock plays because I don't talk about stock here on the main channel. I do talk about it in the Patreon. So I dropped some stock plays in the Patreon as well. And definitely we want that passive income, but we're going to rename on this channel. We're going to rename passive income to time income. Okay. Because people don't like passive. And I think that's why they kind of named it passive income. It's time income. It's making time work for you. It's beating inflation, right? By having passive income come in or active time income come in. So it's to be known as time income from here on out on the channel here. Shout out to our brother Shift Focus Digital. Let's go ahead and share Shook's channel here. If you go on over to my channel, like and subscribe. We're really close to 9,500. Like we've been ramping up here a little bit in the bear market. I really appreciate it. We're really getting closer to that 10K mark. I'm loving it here, but you know, I'm just gonna keep grinding at it, and I know that 10K is gonna be here sooner than later. If you mosey on down here, you'll see Shook Focus Digital right here. Let's go see what he has. Latest video is Chain the Hidden Hand. Let's go. Points are live on Goliath. Man, I'm loving XCN. That's another one that's kind of a sleeper out there, a little bit of a late mover right now, as far as the rest of the market goes. But yeah, definitely go over here and check out Shook's channel. Again, it's Chain the Hidden Hand. Points are live on Goliath. Really high on XCN, right? And Shook is the XCNologist, best XCN content out there. All right. So definitely go over there and check out our brother Shook. Okay. And then while we're here, let's also check out our brother Crypto Future in here. So you got Underdog, Shook Focus Digital, Maximus Crypto, the Mooneyverse. Shout out to Mooney. Gentleman Crypto, NYC Odd App, Simon Family Investments, Benzinga, One-on-One Media, Crypto Future, Rona Experience, Crypto Crossroads Show. Let's see what Rob has going on here. He has the cowboy hat. Let's go, Rob. Looking like a Canadian Walker Texas Ranger out here. Let's go. ZBEC targets 2 cents next. Here's how. Great title, my brother. Great title, my brother. I love it. Oh, has a couple videos. Okay. The market crash nobody wants to talk about in the car here. And flash crash alert, Bitcoin is ready to fail. Let's go. Crypto Walker Texas Ranger out here. Oh man, you got me in a couple shorts, bro. I appreciate that. And Flux. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Let's see here. So definitely come over, like and subscribe to Rob's channel if you have not already. Let's see here. Thank you, Light Green Man, for becoming a member. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my members right now. Membership is just for support. Definitely come over to the Patreon, guys, where we do weekly open mic nights. Open mic nights are definitely fun. Sometimes you might catch our brother Shook Focus in there, okay, in the open mic nights, where he also shares information. And definitely check out Shook's Patreon as well. Also, we have our Symbolism Sundays because there's so much symbolism in the crypto market, right? And it just helps if you know a little bit about some of the symbolism. One of the symbols we went over this week was water. Okay. No, water was the week before last. This week we did the infinity symbol and the number 8. It was so deep. Pause. The episode this week. Definitely go over there and check it out on our Patreon. And we also have our exclusive chats in our Patreon, and we have coaching calls should you desire one. Ryan Archer said last year there was a ton of synergy between ZEBEC and Telcoin. Everybody in ZEBEC chat on Telegram got mad when I said it. You can like whatever project you want, but to be willfully ignorant about what's going on only hurts you. 100%, man. Like, and you know, there are a lot of synergies between these projects. You see like Metallicus, you know, Telcoin, Stronghold between ZEBEC themselves. And Simon has told us, you know, basically any project that has a stable coin attached to it or gets more stable coins out there is just a benefit to ZEBEC, because now they can interact with them on the new system. Of course, ZEBEC can interact with the old system too, because they're in with Nacha and the ACH, right? So whether it's ACH or the new system with the stable coins, ZEBEC has you covered. But still, the fact remains, any company that has a stable coin just makes it easier for ZEBEC, right? My dude. What's up, Rob? I tried to hit that in a Canadian accent. Let's go. For that, Rob, you get a, I'm putting cases. I'm putting the cases.
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches.
Now, if you guys don't know the backstory for that, Rob came down to see me and Max here in Phoenix. And first time he comes up to us, he says that exact line, bro. He's like, you motherfuckers. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Oh, man. Let's go. But let's continue on here. Oh, I lost my spot here. Okay. Evening, all. What's up? Purple Rain in the house. Charmizel got a nice bag of Telcoin and ZBCN. I'm going to be I love it. My man. Stellar and ZEBEC. Let's go, Delta Ghost. What's up, Delta Ghost? Been a while, brother. Clinton. Oh. Well, you know. Hypnotic music, Charmizel, what a decent amount to start with. Lost Coin. Okay, Lost Coin is a partnership with Circle, WorldPay. Okay, let's check out Lost Coin. I haven't heard of this one before. Lost Coin. Oh yeah, well, okay. Lost Worlds is an NFT platform, and they do have a partnership here with Ava Labs, Munich Capital, Maven, and Coney Lab. Okay, Lost. I'll have to check that out. This is on Avalanche, it seems. Okay, it says NA for it, so I don't know. Maybe that's not the same Lost. Or maybe I'm reading it wrong and it's actually an A. Last coin. Nope, Lost. You say Lost Coin. Okay. I'll have to see if I can find that. What's up, Rolling with Toshi's? ZEBEC. The app is not the reason Telcoin is a part of the GSMA. They're part of it because the Telcoin network will be validated by telecom companies around the world. Okay, got you. Okay. Face facts, 25 to 35 cents for ZEBEC. Let's go. The reason they have all those stable coins, the telecom companies will white label their own app and use the Telcoin network to send and validate transactions. See, that makes a lot of sense, right? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So if you think about the telecom companies will probably also want to use agentic AI. That's why he was kind of bringing it up there. It's going to be way more efficient for them to use agentic AI with these stable coins than it will for them to use human communication. Because again, these agentic AI, the only thing they're going to be doing is commerce, right? So, well, they may be doing trading of data back and forth too as well. Lost. Another one for Lost Coin. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Is that an I? Bro, I'm so sorry. I cannot see out here. Okay, IOST. IOST. For a second, it looked like an L to me. Okay, there we go. Ah, this looks very much what you're talking about, probably. Sequoia Capital. Okay, this is the one. Let me see. Let me grab the let me grab the meta glasses. 1 second. Yeah, I think that's an I. It's so crazy. I can't see y'all. Okay. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure that's an I. Okay, perfect. People in those countries can use the app not only to receive remittances, but they can also swap between them in the app. Okay, let me show you here. Let me make sure this is the coin you're talking about here. That's interesting. Is this the coin, brother? Let me know. Brother, light green man. I'll keep it up there for a while. People in those countries can use the app to not only receive remittances, but they can also swap between them in that. So instead of someone sending in another country, saving in their local currency, they can save in EUSD. Those telecom companies are basically going to do the onboarding for Telcoin because they already have billions of users collectively. Wow. Thank you, Ryan Archer. That's some great information on Telcoin there. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, so with that being said, if they onboard billions, then we got to see this price probably go way higher than it is right now, right? So again, that's a great okay, yes, that's the one. Okay, perfect. That's some great information for us. And let's go back and look at this again. IO Stoken, Sequoia Capital. So these are some fairly decent people here. Sequoia Capital, DWF Labs, 31 million they raised. And it bottomed out. Okay, so it bottomed out 36% of the supply. That's a little bit concerning. I'd like to see at least 60, but seeing as how it's at this bottom right now, might not be too bad to dip a toe. To dip a toe in there. Shout out to the Dip a Toe show, which you'll see me on here at some point. I'll go ahead and share their information in just a second here too. Okay, this is very interesting. Let's see here. Blockchain project that aims to address the issues such as costly fees and slow transaction times on the Ethereum network. A lot of people have said that they would do that. Okay, let's look at their website and let's look at their Twitter. Because I like to do is I like to see what people are following a certain coin. So let's go over there and take a look. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. So Bridgers, of course, with the Swift blockchain, they follow almost everyone. Angel French, she's very, very knowledgeable about Theta. Okay, she's a great follow on Theta, so give her a follow for sure. And a pretty young lady. Shout out blockchain Creole guy, long time watcher. Shout out CJK Crypto News, another guy who covers it back. Shout out Gomes, Dragon Chain, Neo. Okay. Joel Com of Benzinga. Oh, no. This is different. Okay, he's from the Bad Crypto Podcast. Okay, who are they following? Okay, yeah, these guys are worth a look for sure. Thank you, brother. I'll take a look into them and I'll follow them. I snatched a quick I am of Telcoin a couple days ago. 1 mil. Okay, I snatched him quick. I don't know what's up with me reading today, y'all. I don't know what's up with me reading today, y'all. I gotta give myself the Robert Downey Jr., bro, because I'm jacking it up today.
I don't read script. Script reads me.
What the hell does that even mean?
What you getting at with the book script? Spit that shit out, man.
Yeah, I gotta spit this shit out today. I'm the reading, boy. It's like,
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
what do you mean by that, Rue? Like, what's happening here, bro? Like, are you?
And I'm gonna be high.
What's going on over here, Rue? Like, how dare you, bro? Like, get it together. Get it together. All right. Go to our website. They changed the world map. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's get the website cooking. We're doing it live, and I'm sure somebody's gonna complain, hey, bro, the show's too long. But hey, longer the show, hey, we all get the benefit from seeing something new, right? Okay, let's see here. All right. Founded by veterans and trusted by top organizations. Blackstone is very interesting. For the Fidelity, Vanguard. This is interesting. Okay. First multi-chain real world infra. Oh, wow. This is interesting. Partnerships with PayPal, WorldPay. Okay, wow. All right. WorldPay, that's also very intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay. Thank you, brother. You got me pretty convinced with this website. I'm glad you had me come over here. That's really interesting. And the Blackstone connection is pretty interesting too. That's pretty interesting too. Okay. Yeah, I'm sold. All right. I'm gonna have to look into this more. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Shout out to Light Green Man for giving us some extra alpha here. And for the super chats and the membership. Thank you, brother. Pause. Oh, did I miss something? Did I say something pausable? We always bring great alpha, much appreciated. I'm selling rubbing. Oh yeah, that's a huge pause right there. You go. Damn it. I'm selling rubbing tugs under the freeway overpass for more ZEBEC money, and I'm not ashamed. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute, brother. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, you gotta get the Rick James for that one. Here you go. Not slapping you, but the phrase itself. The phrase itself.
What is the five?
Oh my gosh.
What is the five fingers?
Oh my God.
What is the five fingers? Say to the face.
What?
Slap.
Dang, Hugo. Dang, bruh. Dang. What do you mean by that? So what do you mean? I've been trying to get the Chris Hansen. What do you mean by that? How many people, like, put a 1 in the chat if Chris Hansen and some of the Chris Hansen stuff makes you laugh just a little bit? I know it's crazy. It's crazy because the situation is crazy, who he's hunting down, but sometimes he has some one-liners, Chris Hansen. It's just like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't say nothing around here. I swear I was watching this. We got time today, right? We got time today. I was watching this Chris Hansen video and he was like, he caught somebody, right? And he was like, the guy was like, bro, I was just going to the barbecue. And then Chris Hansen was like, no, you were that girl was supposed to be your barbecue. I'm like, oh no, you didn't, Chris Hansen. No, you didn't, Chris Hansen. No, you didn't say that girl was supposed to be your barbecue. How dare you, Chris Hansen? How dare you, bro?
How dare you?
Terrible, bro. But let's continue here. Let's continue. Chicken Root collab on some cubic alpha. Hey, we might have to get that going. I'm still trying to buy some cubic. Chick, since you're in the chat, can you buy cubic on now that they got that bridge? Can you buy cubic on Ethereum now? Let's look that up since we're here, guys. We're doing some little extra time, some extra time. Even though that one guy, not that one guy, because that one guy loves the show, but one guy will inevitably complain in the comments. Let's go. You big. So I've been wanting to get some cubic. So BitGate MEXC, because my Bitmart is not letting me get in there no more. Does anyone know any other thing that I can use in the US? Can I use LBank? Can I use LBank? Is LBank safe? I've never tried to use LBank. I think LBank's up there in Canada. Okay. It's a wrap, but don't like it, okay? Okay. I haven't used LBank in years. It felt jank. Yeah, maybe I might try though and just get it out of there, real quick, like I would with Bitmart. Well, let's see here. Nice little hour and 21-minute show. Thank you guys so much. Hypothetical, Telcoin, and ZEBEC show, right? And again, shout out to my brother Crypto Future. He did the same show. Definitely go check out his version of it. I haven't. I put myself in the cone of silence because I didn't want it to affect my opinion at all. But it'd be interesting to see what Brother Rob thinks as well. And shout out to Ghost for putting this hypothetical together. And yeah, if you made it to the end, put Telcoin in the comments after the show shuts down, because in the comments, it'll help spread the video around, okay, in the comments of the show. Thank you guys so much for coming through, and we're out. Peace.